Hello guys, welcome back to Sports Corner G8. My name is Adam. So guys, can we all agree that Mohammed Kudu's value would be within the region of 80 million to 100 million if he was from England or Brazil? Looking at how he was performing yesterday for Ajax. Now, Ajax played in the Europa League qualifiers against Ludogorets. Ajax won the game by 4-1. Mohammed Kudu scored 3 goals in that game. You are going to look at his performance. Also, in today's video, to a large extent, we are going to look at what he said after the game, because after the game, he was asked about his transfer to West Ham, and he gave us some new information and hint about what is going on. We are going to look at the video, what he said, and then we are going to discuss it live here on Sports Corner GH. In today's video also, we are going to talk about Abdul Fatahah Issahaku's move to Leicester City. Fresh information, I'm going to give it to you live here on Sports Corner GH. Now, yesterday, some viewers were asking about information on Andre Dede Ayew and also Daniel Kofi kyereh. I have answers for you live here on Sports Corner GH, and also performances of Ghanaian and Black Star players who performed in the Europa League qualifiers and also the Europa Conference League qualifiers live here on Sports Corner GH. Today's video is well packed. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. If you've already subscribed to, thank you very much. God richly bless you. Also, don't forget, our giveaway is still ongoing. Instruction is on your screen. Make sure to comment under this video and any other video we drop here on Sports Corner GH and stand the chance of winning a free jersey of your choice at the end of the month of August. It would end very soon. So guys, make sure to participate. Now quickly, let me begin with Mohammed Kudu's game. Now, Mohammed Kudu, amidst all the transfer that Mohammed Kudu is going to West Ham, he started in the game for Ajax against Ludogorets in the Europa League qualifiers. Now, the game started very nice. Most Ghanaians were interested in the game because we had 2 Ghanaian interest in there. Bernard Tete for Ludogorets and also Mohammed Kudu for Ajax. Now, on the 16th minute, Mohammed Kudu scored the first goal in the game. After 2 minutes, 18 minutes later, Mohammed Kudu scored the second goal. I mean, everybody was surprised Mohammed Kudu scored a brace regardless of the pressure he was getting during his transfer and everything. I mean, the game ended 3-0 in favor of Ajax in the first half. Now, in the second half, Mohammed Kudu continued his fine form, making it 4-0, and then Ludogorets got a consolation goal, making it 4-1. So that game ended in a 4-1, and Ajax went away with all full 3 points. Mohammed Kudu was crowned man of the match. He was the highest rated player on the pitch. Now, that aside, let's talk about what he said after the game, because that is very, very important. Now, after the game, Mohammed Kudu was asked about his transfer. I mean, he was asked that, wasn't he pressured that his transfer is imminent and he is still scoring goals, because he looked very, very focused in the game, or he was trying to make a statement to other teams. Now, these were some of the answers he gave about his transfer and also his performance. Let's watch this video.
Did you have to prove something tonight?
Prove something? Nah, I just did my stuff like always for the team to win, and then glad everyone was on top, and then we got the win.
Was this your last match for Ajax?
Yes, I think so. But we see what happens in the next days, because I don't have control over everything, but we see in the next days what happens.
What has to happen?
The talks is going on, so we see if there's an agreement in the next days, and then we take it from there. That's not my call, my job. I just have to do my work on the pitch, and then my team and my people will take care of the rest.
So guys, you just heard from Mohammed Kudu. I want to touch on what he said about his transfer. Now, when he was asked about his transfer, he made it very simple to the interviewer. He said that, see, his job is to play football on the pitch. As for the negotiation and the talks, that is for his agent and then his representatives. He has no job negotiation with anybody. As for him, his is to come to the pitch and score goals and perform. So he has done that. And I like the way he answers the question. And he has already said that he is going to West Ham. So guys, those of you saying Chelsea hijack, it all depends on the player. And I know Chelsea, they are watching. As for hijack, they know how to hijack. If they want to hijack, they can hijack. They saw the performance of Mohammed Kudu. Mohammed Kudu would love to come to Chelsea. So Chelsea, stop following other players and go in for Mohammed Kudu. Your fans, Chelsea, listen to your fans. Hijack the deal, because I believe Chelsea can do it. If they do it, I won't be surprised. So guys, Chelsea can do anything between now to the end of the transfer window. Let's not forget, Mohammed Kudu to West Ham is not finalized yet, so anything can happen. Now, moving away from Mohammed Kudu, let's talk about Abdul Fatahah Issahaku. Now, Abdul Fatahah Issahaku is one of the players who left Ghana to Sporting CP, and the whole of Ghana was hoping that he was going to perform at Sporting CP very well. But when he went there, the coach of Sporting CP, Ruben Amorim, was playing the 3-back system. Now, if you know the 3-back system very well, you know that that particular formation depends heavily on the wing backs. Now, Abdul Fatahah Issahaku is not a wing back, he's a wing forward. And I mean, his defensive abilities is on the low. So he was told to learn on that, learn from other players. He was sent to the junior side to learn how to play as a wing back. They put him in some few games, gave him some few game time. He wasn't still getting it. And then the coach decided to sideline him and play other players aside Abdul Fatahah Issahaku. Now, he was placed on the transfer market. Teams like Crystal Palace submitted bid for him. It was rejected. Spanish side, Real Valladolid were interested. We didn't hear anything afterwards. Copenhagen were all interested in Abdul Fatahah Issahaku. Nothing, no fruitful came out of that. Now, the latest team interested in Abdul Fatahah Issahaku is Leicester City, who are playing in the Championship. Let's not forget, Leicester City have lost a lot of players. Madison, Amate have bounced. A lot of players have left Leicester City. And Leicester City are looking to bounce back to the EPL, and they need some qualities. They have identified Abdul Fatahah Issahaku as one of the players they can use and bounce back to the EPL. Now, this is the proposal they want to send to Sporting CP. Loan with an obligation to buy. Now, with the obligation, it would be 14 million euros. Yes, it would be 14 million euros. That would be the obligation. So, guys, it has not gone further yet, but I'll make sure to bring you day-to-day information about this particular transfer, Abdul Fatahah Issahaku, to Leicester City. We'll bring you day-to-day information about Abdul Fatahah Issahaku to Leicester City. Now, guys, moving away from this, let me talk about Andre Dede Ayew. Now, most of you were asking about him. Now, the information we have about Andre Dede Ayew is that the last time he was in the news, he was leaving Ghana outside the country. Now, most people rumored that he was going to Qatar because that's where his family was. You know, he played for a very long time in Qatar, so people believed he was going to Qatar. But as to whether he was going to play for a team in Qatar, I can't tell you that because it's not reported. But what I know and what I can confirm is that Andre Ayew is going to sign for a new team by the close of the transfer window. So, guys, by next week, we will hear something good about Andre Ayew going to a new team very soon. So don't worry. By next week, I'm sure we'll get an information about Andre Ayew transfer. So, guys, that is some of the answers I've been able to, I've gotten from you per my research. I mean, we saw him traveling and everything. You can see the video on the screen. Also, others were asking about Daniel Kofi kyereh. Now, what I can tell you about Daniel Kofi kyereh is that currently he's in Spain. He's in Spain, undergoing rehab in Barcelona. His injury is a very serious one, so he's still recovering from the injury. Now, Freiberg has played some few games. He wasn't in the team squad. He wasn't part of the squad. But the last time there was a report about him, he was still in Spain recovering from his injury. So, guys, anytime he is back, we'll make sure to bring you that update live here on Sports Corner GH. Moving away from these two players, let me talk about Ernest Nuamah. Ernest Nuamah, we already know, is a Lyon player. I don't know what Lyon is waiting for. Lyon, I don't know what they're waiting for to announce this player. Everything is done. It's just left with announcements. Now, there is this French scout called Michael Marquis. He says that Ernest Nuamah, he has been following the player since. He said he has been following the player, and then he can hit his chest and say that the player has the qualities of Jeremy Doku and also Alphonso David. Now, Jeremy Doku and Alphonso David have something similar, or have something in common, or have something similar. They are both from Ghana. Jeremy Doku is a proper Ewe name. He knows how to speak Ewe very well. And also, Alphonso David, he grew up here in Ghana before, moving to Canada. So, guys, the football scout says that Ernest Nuamah embodies the qualities of these two players. Now, if you know the qualities of Jeremy Doku, he knows how to take players on 1v1 situation. He will dribble you right now. That is how good he is. And also, Alphonso David, he's very pacey. He has speed. He's very pacey. He can pass his market and all those things. And the scout is saying that Ernest Nuamah can do both at the same time. That is how good Ernest Nuamah is, and that is what Lyon has signed. So guys, that is some small update on Ernest Nuamah. We are waiting for the announcement, and then we'll make sure to bring it to you live here on Sports Corner G8. So guys, moving away from all this, let's talk about performances of Ghanaian Black Star players who played yesterday in the Europa League qualifiers and also the Europa Conference League qualifiers. Now I'm going to begin with Ibrahim Siddiq. He plays for BK Hacken. BK Hacken played against Aberdeen, and that game ended 2-2. Now, Ibrahim Siddiq scored a goal in that game. He scored a penalty. He was very influential in that game, and that game ended 2-2. BK Hacken 2, Aberdeen 2. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about another player who did very well. In fact, this player is called Ibrahim Osman. Ibrahim Osman has overtaken Ernest Nuamah's position at Northern. He is a Ghanaian, and he gave an assist for Northern yesterday. Northern played against Partizan. Northern won the game by 5-0, and Ibrahim Osman was the talk of town because the assist was something else. Very beautiful assist. And he is doing so well. And I think he's the next beaten at Northern. Now, moving away from Ibrahim Osman, let's talk about Daniel Amate. Daniel Amate, he plays for Besiktas. Besiktas played against Dynamo Kiev. Besiktas won the game by 3-2. Daniel Amate did his own thing. He was very solid. I hope he brings that same performance from Besiktas to the Black Stars. We don't want any stories. We don't want any excuse. Perform exactly the same. Amate, if you're watching this, perform exactly the same. Now, moving away from Amate, let's talk about Alexander Jiku. He plays for Fenerbahce. And Fenerbahce played against FC20. Fenerbahce won the game by 5-1. Alexander Jiku was very solid for Fenerbahce. He did so well. He was very excellent for his club side. So guys, these are performances of Ghanaian and Black Star players who played yesterday in the Europa League qualifiers and also Europa Conference League qualifiers. I'm going to go through it again. Mohammed Kudu, he scored 3 goals against Rodogred. We have Ibrahim Siddiq. He scored a goal against Aberdeen, and also Ibrahim Osman. He gave an assist against Partizan. Daniel Amate, he was very solid versus Dynamo Kiev, and also Alexander Jiku, he was also very solid against FC20. So guys, let me know your thoughts on Mohammed Kudu's performance, also his transfer to West Ham. Is Chelsea going to hijack this deal? In fact, I would be happy because it would be very interesting to see another twist in the Mohammed Kudu's transfer. Also, let me know your thoughts. Mohammed Kudus to Chelsea, Mohammed Kudus to West Ham. Which one would you prefer for Mohammed Kudus? Also, let me know your thoughts on his performance, his 3 goals, and everything live here on Sports Corner GH. My name is Hijack. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, turn on notification. I'll make sure to see you in the next video. Charlie, we go live.